habits of the men's basketball team about his upcoming season. So, Coach, how do you feel that this season is going to go in comparison to last season?
Well, we had a really great season last year, better than anybody expected because we had a great group of seniors. Unfortunately, we lost 5 or 6 of those kids, but we have a great returning crew, and I think we had an unbelievably good recruiting year. It's going to take a while for everybody to learn to work together, but I really believe that we can be a better team as the season goes on if we continue to improve every time we play.
So how do you feel about the new incoming players? Do you think that they're going to work well with old players? Is there a good bond with them? Or?
Well, so far we've had a great bond, and that's one of the things we did on our trip to Las Vegas this last weekend. We stayed at one of our players' homes in Vegas, C.J. Ports, who's new to our team. He's a Division I transfer from UC Davis, and we stayed at his house, and we had a great time. Got a chance to be around each other and get to know each other a little better, and that's a great bond that all teams need to have as they go through the season.
So you feel that's going to build on your team's ability to play together and do good in the season and work well with each other?
Oh, no doubt. That's what you have to have, chemistry, and that's what it's called. And if you don't have chemistry, your team will probably never become as good as you'd like it to become.
That's good. So we have high expectations this year?
Well, definitely high expectations. The one thing we got to be careful of is not to have the expectations too high because we have such a difficult schedule. It's the toughest schedule we've ever had at Vanguard. And so as a result, we play a good team every time we go on the floor. And so if your expectations get too high, then you can get frustrated when things don't go quite as well as soon as you think. But I think we have great kids and a great group, and I think they're working really hard. And if we continue to do that and play against good competition, we'll just get better and better as the season goes on.
Who are some of the key players this year that you think are really going to add to the team?
Well, I'll tell you, the returning players are special. Greg Scott, Dennis Heenan, and Andrew Ellis have been with us now for a while, and they, all three, who are our captains, by the way, do such a great job. They all play hard. They all are smart players, and they're very unselfish players. The team's more important than anything else for them. And as a result, that's how you build teams. You play together. So they're really important. We have a number of other newcomers that I think are really going to be a big help to us. C.J. Ports, who I mentioned before, is a 6'7" inside player who I think can really help us scoring and rebounding wise. So we're looking for that. We have a 6'10" player from Australia who's another Division I player from Nichols State in Louisiana who is 6'10", weighs 240, and he hit 2 threes the other day in the game against Robert Morris, and so did Tony Trzeski, who's another returning player who started every game last year as a freshman, and he's a sophomore this year, and we're looking for big things from him. And he played very, very well against Robert Morris over the weekend.
What are some things that you're doing in order to help better the team, to get them closer, to get them ready to play our big rivals? Are there any specific workouts that you're doing with them?
Well, the skill work is all done in the off season, and our guys work unbelievably hard in the off season to prepare themselves for what we have to do during the season. The other key things is, in terms of philosophy, one of the things we're trying to do is get them to do things better than they've ever done them before. And that's a vision that we have with our program, doing things better than we've ever done them before. And I think unless you have a vision as a goal up there someplace, you can't ever get there. So that's one of the things we're trying to do, is play better than we've ever played before, which is really tough because of our conference. It's such a tough conference. So that's one thing. And the other thing is, we are trying to finish everything we do. In other words, if it's a drill, we want to finish the drill to be our best. And the second thing is, if it's a play that we're trying to run on offense, we want to finish that play if it's a free throw, we want to finish the free throw. So everything we do every day, we're trying to accomplish something by finishing. Not just starting it, but finishing what we're trying to accomplish. And I think if we can get that in our players' minds that, hey, you just can't start something, you have to finish it to be successful. So that's the second thing we're trying to do. And as a result, I think that's why we're getting better every day. So if we do those two things, have that vision up there that we're trying to get to, and then try to finish everything we do in practice, in games, whatever it is, then I think we're heading in the right direction.
So we've already had a couple games. What did you see in those games that maybe we needed to improve on, that you really, really liked?
That's a great question, Kelso. We played 2 games in Las Vegas against 2 top 15 teams in the country. We didn't play well the first night, and as a result, I think our guys were really focused and ready to play when we played Robert Morris last Saturday. They're the number 2 team in the country, and they're deserving of that ranking. They have great quickness, they have great speed, they can have an inside game and an outside game. We played unbelievably well. Our guards, Greg Scott and Andrew Ellis, both scored in double figures. Greg Scott had 30 points and 8 assists. Andrew had 15 points and 5 assists. So those 2 guys alone were responsible for almost 85 of our 92 points. They had something to do with all those points. And that's because they're unselfish. They can score, but they can also pass the ball. So I think that's a big, big positive. We moved the ball very well on offense. We got some open shots, and we made 15 out of 23 threes, which is great for us. We shot the ball very, very well in the game. We lost by 5, but hey, we had a chance to win all the way up until the last minute. And then we missed a shot or 2, and they got an offensive rebound, and we fouled, and so we lost by 5. But it was a great game for us because I think our kids felt that, hey, if we do all the things we've worked on and we play together as a team and we play hard and we play smart and that everything we do is for Christ. That's one of the things our players are really working hard to do, to be a great character witness for God. And if we do that, then we all seem to work better together. So we had a great weekend and got some real positive things out of it, even though it was 2 losses. I think that the positive things were the fact that we really played well as a team and we played together as a team. So that's a step in the right direction.
In your upcoming schedule, what teams do you think will be good rivals and tough games?
Well, every team on our schedule is a tough team. We play Cal Poly Pomona tomorrow night on their court, and we beat them here last year and played really well against them. So it'll be a tough game over there and they have really quality players. We also play Holy Names on Friday night, who's an outstanding team. So they come down here to play us at home, and they're a good quality team. They've got a couple of good inside players and some good shooters. So they'll be a tough game for us at home. And then on Sunday, next Sunday, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we play at St. Mary's College up in Moraga. And they're in the top 20 in the country, Division I. So it's going to be a really tough game for us. And they have maybe one of the best point guards in the country, who's from Australia. And so he's a great, great kid.